Hello everybody. Hey, today what I'm going to do, I got the WLtoys 144001. I'm going to show you, we're going to explore what the differences are in the front axles on this, and I'm going to make a piece to activate the ESC, the power button on the second car. So try to do that where I can turn the power on while the body's still on the car. So let's go ahead and get started on that. Okay, here's an idea for a modification for the on and off switch on the version 2 car. And that's just a brass strip. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I think this is a version 1 car. The differences between these two, this one has an on-off switch that's back here. It's actually stuck on with, I don't know, hot glue or double-sided tape. I haven't pulled it off. This one, the on-off switch, is basically a detent on the top of the ESC. So I can't turn it on and off with the body on there. So this is going to be an attempt to make a modification so that you can turn this on and off without having to take the body shell off. And the other thing that I had told everybody I was going to do, the other variation between these two cars, the version 1, the axles don't stick through the nylock nut and therefore don't engage the nylon. You can use Loctite to lock them on, but with the nylock nut, if the threads were going through it, I think it would stay. This car, the axle sticks through the nylock nut. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take the tires, one tire off of each, and all four are the same. All four of these, the axle sticks through in and engages the nylon. None of these stick through and engage the nylon. So I'm going to take one wheel off of each car. I'm going to measure to see if the axles are longer or did they thin the hexes. So that's my mission for this video today. Okay, and I've got these to play with, and I actually got these for the FY03H, but I thought, well, I'll see if they'll fit on here without rubbing on anything. They probably won't, but might be fun to play with anyway on 2S and see if with my experimental car and see if it overheats the ESC or not, just for fun. So let's see what we have here. And for the people that don't know what I'm talking about on the axle length, I actually did this in another video. I'll put a link to that, but a card would be up here somewhere. Now they get these Loctited on there. I haven't taken these off yet. So let's see what it looks like here from, I guess I'm going to measure from the pin to the end of the axle. And on this one, it looks like about 10.91. Maybe we'll call that 11 millimeters. And see if I can do the same measurement on this one. We are looking at 9.98 millimeters. So the axle itself is a little bit shorter. Let me pull this out to 11 and see if I can. I don't have a lot of room on this little table. I need to build a workbench to do this stuff. Yeah, that's That's what they did. And it appears to me that the distance for the hub itself is on this one. You can see where the threads are longer on this one. So that's where the difference is. So the length of the hub from the pin, well, they got so much Loctite on this, I'm having hard. There we go. I can see the end of the pin there. I mean the end of the hub, or the beginning of the threads. That's yeah, 3 point, looks like 2.87, 2.85 from the edge of the pin to where the threads begin. This one looks like it's the same. Yeah, that's the same. So the threads themselves on the version 1 car, the length of the threads are 5.92 it looks like, and on this one it is 7 1/4. So they actually made these longer. So if you break an axle or something on your car, I'm just guessing that these are the ones that are going to ship now. Now I don't have any way to verify that. I just know that this was the first car I bought, this was the second car I bought, and I've seen a couple of people, and I guess depending on where you get it and how many cars they've sold, several of them now are coming out with a switch on the ESC. So most likely, not guaranteed, but most likely, this is the hub that you're going to get. And just for fun, because I just want to double check this, I want to measure the thickness of the hexes on these two cars. If I can get this one out of here. Because that was one of the things I was curious about. So we are looking at 5.3 millimeters and 5.3 millimeters. So the hexes are the same. I assumed that they were. Anyway, so that's the difference. The hubs, I mean the axles on this are a little bit longer than they were on the first version car. So again, if you go back and look at the other video, you'll see that the axles actually engage the nylon on the nylock nuts. So that's why the people with this car are not having their wheels fall off as frequently as the people with this car. Anyway, I'm going to go fabricable this little piece here to turn the car on. I'll show you what it looks like when I get back. Okay, I decided before I went out I'd try this. These wheels are huge on this car. Now the ones off the 12428 or the Feiyu FY03H might work, but this are something with more offset, but these are not offset enough, and it actually it contacts and it's not to the end of the turn yet. It's close, but it's not quite to the end of travel, and it's making contact right there. So something with just a tiny bit more offset, if you wanted to put some wheel extensions on there or something, I don't know. Just a goofy idea anyway, but I'll see if I can find something with less offset or more of a neutral offset than what these are, and it will certainly work. It's using the same size. These are using 12 millimeter hexes, but you can see there's huge difference in the, that would look kind of cool, I think. I don't know. You tell me. But anyway, if I can find something with less offset, I'll pick up a set. I'm gonna get on back to building my project. All right, I just made this little piece out of that chunk of brass I showed you a little bit ago. And what I did, I just formed it to the shape of the ESC, put a piece of double-sided tape here, and I soldered a piece of 1/8" brass rod, and that's what's gonna actually push the switch. So I'll show you how this goes on here. and I'll be able to reach in underneath the edge of the body and push this, I believe. So let's see, not the greatest light here, but anyway, this will go in right here. Double-sided tape will hold it in place, and then you just reach your finger in around under the edge of the body, pull down on it, and it turns the car on. Doesn't beep when you turn it off, it beeps when you turn it on. So let me get the double-sided tape on there, and we'll see if it actually functions. Okay, so hold it down for a couple of seconds to shut it off, and I'm gonna hit the power switch. So works just like I thought it would. So that's an easy fix for the car with the switch, the power switch on top of the ESC. I don't know if you can, no, can't quite push it from outside the car, but it's easy to reach underneath the inside. So that's all it takes, a little chunk of brass, and you can turn this thing on without having to take the body off every time. Okay, now that we got all that stuff done, the axles are longer on the second version of the car, and we've got the not being able to turn on the power switch problem solved, so that's taken care of. And I guess the last thing we'll look at, these cars I still haven't taken out of the box yet. Those are the ones my wife bought for me at Hobbytown the other day. So, and then I've still got the Rovan Baja that I haven't even put any gasoline in yet. So I've got those. I've got another car that I've got to do a review on, and a boat yet that I've got to do a review on. So I got to get busy. Kind of hard with the day job, but take it as I get it. So all my subscribers, I appreciate it. If you want to see what any of these things are going to look like, or the Rovan, if you're into gas burners, I have that thing going pretty soon. I probably think that's the one I'm going to work on next, but we'll see. Anyway, like if you don't mind, and subscribe, share this with a friend. Take care. Catch you guys down the road.